about Revelations, you know what I'm saying? Revelations 12. You know what I mean?
At birth, I was given the name. In hindsight, make me realize I was living the name.
Brothers and sisters, put your hands together for Apocalypse.
Here we go. Another day from the Deaths of Apocalypse, Dogs to Gods Entertainment, with a quick word of reflection. You know, I was thinking this morning about change. You know what I mean? Change is inevitable, is a saying, you know. And what I like to reflect on when it comes to change is that verse in the Quran that says Allah will never change the condition of a people until they change themselves. You know, that's a powerful word of expression. You know, that's a powerful word of expression, change. And see, we learn through the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad as taught by the perfect guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that Allah came, and you know, his desire is to make himself known, and his desire is to help us, is to free us, is to raise us, is to put us in our rightful place, you know. And so the information that has been given to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is designed to change us and raise us. So the information enters our head. You know, we receive the information a lot of times mainly through our ears because we hear a word, you know, and then so once that word comes into our ears, then we see what we see as a result, or what it leads us to, what it guides us to. If we're paying attention to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, so now we can see with our eyes a manifestation of that word, the best manifestation of that word that we have in our midst. And so now we see it with our eyes, we hear it with our ears, you know. And the scripture actually, well, the scripture says there's also statements in the scripture say, those with ears let them hear, those with eyes let them see. Now most of the people that I've come across have ears and eyes. So what's being said here? Those with ears let them hear, those with eyes let them see. What is being said? You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, so change. Allah will never change the condition of a people until they change themselves. So Allah is ready. He's ready to bless us. He's ready to give us of himself. You know what I'm saying? But there's a pause, like, come on now, change. Just change a little bit so I could drop a blessing on you. Okay, how that feel? You know, now let's just change a little bit more so I could drop another blessing on you. So as we change, then we are in a position to receive from Allah the blessings that he already desired to give us. In the Supreme Wisdom, problem number 13, it says, this is the greatest desire of your brother and teacher. You know, after learning mathematics, which is Islam, you know how it go. But luxury, money, good home, friendship, and all walks of life. And what it is sit yourself in heaven at once. Who sit yourself in heaven at once? That means change. Sit yourself in heaven at once means change with the information that you're receiving. You know what I mean? Nurse on it. Allow it to not only go in your ears, don't just see it with your eyes, but let it go from your ears, from your mind to your heart. You know, Brother Raymond L. Muhammad, my good friend, in the DMV, we were having a conversation yesterday, and he, had been pondering on an ayah in the Quran that talks about us not being blind in our eyes, but we're blind in our heart. You know what I'm saying? And so, see, because you can see a thing and hear a thing and it enters your mind, but if it never reached the heart, then see, the heart pumps the lifeblood. The heart is where the life is. So the life of this aspect of our existence is right there in the heart. And so if we don't receive it in our heart and see the work of Jesus in our midst is the circumcision of the heart. You know what I mean? Peel it back, man. Get to the core of the heart, man. Find the God that's in there. You know what I mean? And activate it. You know what I'm saying? And so, which says to us, change. You know what I mean? Okay, if I don't have example. I'm in this season of promoting my book, Walking the Road to Recovery, 9 Steps in Motion, So let's deal with an aspect that we encountered. When I was 19, and I won't tell the whole story, but at that point when it was definitely time for change for me, either go back out there and die or change, right? When I got to that point in my life, we went back to church. We were afraid to go straight to the mosque. The story's in the book. I won't go through all that. But so when we went back to church, we were learning a lot of spiritual principles, and we could actually regurgitate. We could actually speak a lot of what we were learning in the church. So I had an instance. You gotta work with me on this English language, right? But where at the job I had at the time, I used to do my little mail stops, and so this one particular second floor. It was the second floor. I can't remember the sister's name. Forgive me, sister. But anyway, I've always been a people person. So while I'm dropping my mail, I'm speaking to people, things of that nature. And so this one sister, she used to talk. We used to talk, and I used to just give off a lot of the spiritual principles that I was learning in the church. Then about 2 weeks later, when I'm doing my mail, she said, I want to thank you. And I was looking at her like, oh, what's going on? Because she confided in me about her addiction. And I was like, what are you talking about? She said, since we've been having these conversations, it's been 2 weeks since I smoked crack. I haven't smoked crack in 2 weeks. And I'm looking at her like, well, damn. I was getting high last night, But my point is, the information that had entered my head, it had not yet reached my heart. But we shared it, and it reached her heart, and she was able to stop using drugs with the information. But me, who had the information to give to her, was still strung out. You understand what I'm saying? So, change is inevitable. Change so that the God, can give us the blessings that he desired us to have. That's our word today from the Decibel Apocalypse. Look, if you in Chicago, we're at the Foodie Spot, 7350 South Stony Island Avenue. Come on through, show us some love, show us some support. Peace.